Good morning, everyone. This is Don Daniel, founder of P.I.L.L Method International, and we are in the Women in Business Club this morning, and I am so excited about what's getting ready to happen today. We're going to be sharing with you some very interesting information about how loans actually work. For the last 88 years, we have been paying 75% more interest than we need to. And we have developed a system to let you know how to read an amortization schedule and how to take advantage of it, cut your interest cost by 75%, and pay off all of your debt in an average of 7 to 9 years. That's your mortgages, your student loans, credit cards, everything in an average of 7 to 9 years. But hold on, that's not all. The people who are, those of you who are real estate investors, now you can cash out refi 7 to 10 years sooner and cut your interest cost on that, on developing that equity by 50 to 75%. So you can acquire your assets at a deeply discounted interest cost, not interest rate, but interest cost. Let's talk about the difference between interest rate and interest cost today. All right, back to you, Jared.
All right. So I want to get straight into the content as soon as possible. So what we're going to be doing is some moderator introductions, and then we're going to get into the first example. So if you want to see this example live on the screen, you can go to your iPad, your desktop, or your laptop, type in ice10kvideos.com. You can actually find these instructions also in the chat. What that'll do is take you straight to the YouTube channel and choose the panel that says live, because Don is in the studio right now. He's going to throw the examples up on the screen, and you'll be able to see the numbers as he walks through how to cancel years and months off your mortgage. You also ask questions about your car loan, student loan, credit card, or anything interest related. And this is a very interactive room. We do this room for 2 hours, but it goes by really fast because the examples can be very thorough and detailed, because we want you to understand how this method works. So we highly recommend you raise your hand and come on stage as soon as possible. Don charges for this information outside of Clubhouse. So this is your 2-hour window where you can get some free advice about your car loan, your mortgage, your student loans, or your refinance, or ask questions about how to deal with these high interest rates. He actually has an approach where high interest rates will benefit you. You'll never hear anything like this outside of Clubhouse in the P.I.L.L Method room. So we're going to go ahead and just jump into it. Real quick intro from me. My name is Jared Albritton. I am a leader in the Women in Business Club. I host a lot of rooms here. I host a lot of rooms all over the place. My goal is to help provide tangible advice for generational wealth, or promote and support those that can, like Don. So check me out on Clubhouse, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm going to pass the mic to Kenyatta.
Good morning, good people. My name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And I am passionate about helping you find the very best in real estate deals, and then financing those deals, then canceling the interest on those deals so we can get you yet another deal. So tap in with me if you would like to know about any of the 40 plus properties that I have right now on my desk, or if you need financing for your business or your project. Good morning.
10K, you around? All right. Maran, good to see you. Love for you to do an intro.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Maran. I am here in Dallas, Texas. I am a realtor, short-term rental locator, and operator. I also dabble in business credit, bookkeeping, and accounting services. So really excited to hear for the first time kind of going through the YouTube Live with you guys. Yep, that's a little bit about me. That's about it.
All right, RB.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm RB, licensed realtor in the state of New York, also serving Connecticut, buy and hold investor on the residential multifamily side. That's 4 units and less. And also landlord operating in the long-term and short-term rental space. My passion lies within helping people understand how to create generational wealth through the acquisition of real estate. So I help people buy and sell real estate and understand how to get access to it through a myriad of ways, one of which is a give back free first-time home buyer seminar that's taking place in the month of June. You can click on my rb10k.com card, or either go to the link in my Instagram, NYS_realtor. And the other is an event that we have coming up next Thursday, free of charge. It is a networking event for people that are looking to or already in this space of real estate or an entrepreneur. We welcome you to come out and join us and just build business and relationships. Thank you.
All right, Katina.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Katina. I am a general contractor in the state of Florida. I currently am doing buy and holds. I'm an investor for 22 years now. Also, I am a patron of ICE. I have all my stuff up and running, and I am taking advantage of this product that Mr. Don is currently talking about. It is wonderful. I'm able to, when I get said and done, I'm able to save $540,000 worth of interest, and that is a plus for me because I'm able to flip that money and go buy more investment properties and be able to help the community that I'm staying in. Thank you for having me.
All right. And last but not least, I'm going to pass it to Don to introduce himself. But before he does, I would love for everybody to do me a huge favor, including the moderators. So there's a little option called sharing the room. So right now we have 3 people that have shared the room, and I'm going to become the 4th, and would love for everybody else to become the 10th, 15th, 20th, 25th, 30th to do it as well. Very simple. All you do is you click that box that has the arrow in it between the chat and the scissors. You go to the bottom where it says share on Clubhouse, and then you can either just click the blue share button, or you can type something in if you want to encourage people to come in. I'm going to drop some gem emojis, and I just clicked it. Now we're at 5. We'd love to see that hit 10, 15, 20 while Don is doing his intro. And then let's get some questions on the stage. We'd love for this room to be interactive. So the more questions that are asked, the better the room is, not only for you as the person that asked the question, but for those in the audience. If you can't come up on stage for any reason, feel free to type in questions in the chat. So Don, please introduce yourself one last time. And then if we don't have a question, let's get into an example that illustrates what the P.I.L.L method is.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Don Daniel, founder of P.I.L.L Method International. We've been doing this for 16 years now, helping people to understand how amortization actually works. And when we do that, you're going to be finding out that we're leaving tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table by paying extra interest we don't have to pay. We have been conditioned to pay interest like this for the last 88 years. And I'm here to tell you that when you learn to read an amortization schedule, it is not necessary. So I explain all of this in my book, and it gives us a glimpse into how to read an amortization schedule, how not to pay that interest, and what you can do with the interest saved. Also, we're going to be talking about little known facts about they're actually myths about lending that everyone believes to be true. We're going to be finding out some of those things are not true. And anyone who wants to come up and ask a question about those things, we will be glad to answer them. So here are just a few things. Did you know that I just talked to some people yesterday who are planning on purchasing a house in California, and they want to put $300,000 as a down payment on that house? I said, don't do it. Never, ever put a large down payment on a house. I'm going to show you how you can use that money in another way that will knock years off your loan and save you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest. Instead of putting it as a down payment, I can show you how to use it as a prepayment. Okay. So, we were also talking to some people about they were hesitant about the high interest rates. Folks, did you realize because of amortization, the higher the interest rate, the more money you can actually save in interest and pay the loan off cheaper and faster at a higher interest rate that we have now than the lower interest rates we had just a few weeks ago. So if you can afford the payment, you can save a ton of interest at that higher interest rate. I am so glad to be able to show you things like that today. If you've got student loans that are hanging around like household pets, you know you can get rid of those things in about 5 to 7 years. It is all because of the interest you pay. Understanding interest cancellation is the key to getting out of debt. You don't need more money to get out of debt. What you need is to pay less interest. Listen, I can't wait to get some of you people up on the stage. Ask any question you want about lending, especially some of those things that we've heard over and over and over again. Oh, here's another one. If you can save 2 points on 1 or 2 points on your interest rate, then go ahead and refinance. Oh my goodness. Before you refinance, ask yourself this question. If by refinancing, I'm saving money, then who would have to be losing money? And if your answer is the bank, I'm telling you, they're not in a position to lose money. Hey, Jared, can I give you just a quick example? Because rent, okay, interest is nothing more than rent on your money. And has anybody ever talked to a landlord or ever had a landlord that after a certain period of time that said, you know what, we're actually going to lower your rent? Has that ever happened in history? Where a landlord says, I'm going to lower your rent? Come on, man. So so the reason why I asked that question is you're going to be in a long-term relationship with your bank or lender when it comes to your mortgage. And they have you locked in at this higher interest rate. And interest is nothing more than rent on the money. So why after 5 to 7 years that you've been in this loan, why would your lender, your bank, your mortgage company come to you 5 to 7 years later and say, you know what? We're going to offer you a lower interest rate so you can save money. Now, if no one would believe that a landlord would do it, why do we jump on refinance deals that the bank offers us? Even our own mortgage company will offer us a refinance deal and we will not question it. And somehow we believe we're saving money so they can in turn lose money. Oh my goodness. If you got questions about that this morning, I can't wait to get into it. Back to you, Jared.
All right. Well, we have a question that's coming to the stage. Corey, thank you for raising your hand. And women in business members, don't be shy. I brought this to you because we want to support the club. So women in business members, all my ladies, please raise your hand, come on stage. We want to feed into you as well. But Corey, thank you so much for coming to the stage, brother. We really appreciate the interaction. Please let us know what your question is. We're going to be happy to help.
Yes, my name is Corey. I am located actually in Louisiana, possibly looking to move to Texas here soon, Dallas area. But while we're currently here, we have been looking at opportunities both like here and Texas to try to invest in real estate. And I mean, everybody has not really been kind of just giving us the good information that we need to be successful. So I mean, I've done the research a little bit and seen everything about the multifamilies and the Julian Gordons and all that. So we have our current home, and I'm glad we did not refinance during the pandemic, just with everything going on, because you're making me laugh as I'm driving to work. We did not refinance. So we have a home, a good equity in it. We have savings put up, but again, if we were to go and try to purchase another real estate property, it would probably deplete our entire savings to do so. So what move can you make? Because in a perfect scenario, if we were to move, say for example, move to Dallas, we would love to keep our current home to kind of put that on the market to rent, but then transition to a new home. But it feels right now that our hands are tied, that we, in our scenario, would have to sell our current home in order to move anywhere to get an additional home.
Corey, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
Hey, listen, when most people refinance, they think that they're saving money, and that's why they do it. They see a lower interest rate, and somehow they think, you know, that's got to be better for me. But in reality, Americans don't have 30-year mortgages. We have a string of 5 to 7 year mortgages until we die. But guess what? There is a very good reason to refinance. There's some bad reasons and there's some good reasons. And here's one of them. I have equity in my house. I have money sitting there that's going to help me to purchase some income property. Okay? So let's say you could take out some money out of this current house and understanding how you can leverage that money and to maybe put down payment on a multifamily or put a down or 2 or 3 down payments on some single family properties out of that equity. Listen, pulling money out to reinvest is a very good thing, especially in this market. And do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you can do. Study, get a mentor, do whatever you got to do. Do not sell. Acquire property. Don't sell it. Acquire it. Do you have any other questions for me this morning about what we just talked about?
No, that's perfect because again, I know everybody, the housing market was crazy, for through the pandemic, and we chose to sit tight because I didn't want to make the wrong move. But I hear what you're saying in terms of that, and yeah, we'll keep studying and doing what we have to do so we can be smart as we make this transition.
Listen, I've got clients right now that have our system with their current home, and they're supposed to be paying it off in about 7 years. Okay, you follow me? A 30-year mortgage being paid off in 7 years with their current budget. They go out, they refinance the home, pull out some cash, and buy another home or rental. Either they buy a they upsize, they go to that house, and then they make their current home a rental home. But now they have 2 mortgages. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make. They have 2 mortgages, but they have a renter in one. Do you know, with another 30-year mortgage with our system, the average time that's added on with a brand new 30-year mortgage is only about 3 years, which means they can pay off both properties in about 10 years. Isn't that amazing? Corey, are you there?
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm being a student. I'm listening.
All right, man. So that's kind of what we talk about here. Have you seen any of our information before?
I have not. So I stumbled upon the room this morning as I'm traveling to work. So yeah, I'm following the mods and everything. So I'll
All
definitely
right. So we have about 80 shows up on YouTube, question and answer just like this that you can actually watch and then find out more about how interest cancellation actually works. That can save you money. And we have real estate investors who are saving tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest by understanding interest cancellation. Therefore, they're able to acquire these properties at a much lower interest cost, take that interest saved, and buy more properties with it. Listen, man, we're going to be glad to talk to you at any time you want. Thanks for tapping in.
thank you so much, and thank you all for this room this morning. Feel free to kick me back down to the guests, but thank y'all so much for answering my question. Appreciate you all.
You're so welcome, sir. All right. What's going on, Jared?
All right. So, real quick, I want to just let people know if you want to work with Don one-on-one, as mentioned, there's a link I'm about to throw up at the top. It's the savings and earnings report. So I'm going to give them just the link to the savings and earnings report. Don, what do people need to do once they click this to get in touch with your team? And what is working with your team like? And what can they expect?
What can they expect? Once they click that link, then you will see the information on filling in your contact info, especially your cell phone number. We need to verify that cell phone number as yours so that we can keep the robots out of the system. Now, once you click on confirm, wait for the code, and then we will send you a code that you will be able to read and in your messages. Once you get the code, plug that into the website, and that will let you into a financial form. Put in your financial data about all of your debt. Leave nothing out. The more debt, the better. And I'm telling you, it's crazy. The more debt, the better. And then we will actually help you to pay all of that off in about 7 to 9 years. Once you put all that in, someone from my staff will give you a call and set up a consultation. And then you'll know the month, day, and year you'll be debt free and how much interest you can save. I can't wait.
Awesome. If you're new to the room and you want to see these examples live on your screen, go into the chat. There's instructions there, but you would just go to your iPad, desktop, or laptop, type in ice10kvideos.com, choose the panel that says live, and you'll be able to see these examples. All right, Jeremy, thank you for raising your hand. Good to see you again. What question do you have for Don that could add value for the rest of the audience?
Dom, when it comes to financing, as far as Jared, actually, to be straight up, man, I just jumped in and raised my hand by habit, and I'm over here just sitting back. So bump me back down to the audience. I was over here thinking, I'm like, what is a really good question I could benefit? But bro, I'm BC before caffeine this morning, just to be straight up. So hop me back down, and I'll be back up when I have a good question for the room.
No problem, man. We appreciate the support. And Shannon Black, I see you raise your hand. We are trying to bring you up. If you can just click the accept invite, you can get on the stage and ask your question. But anybody else in the audience that has a question, I'm sure there's a question about how does a 30-year mortgage get paid off in 7 years? Would love for you to come up. The more interactive the room is, the better. So please raise your hand and come to the stage. If you have a question about a refinance, you can also ask about student loans, car loans, credit card debt. So Shanna asked this question in the chat. I think she's trying to come up, but Don, she's asking, can this be used for auto loans as well?
Definitely. We can use it for auto loans. Let's go ahead and give you an example of an auto loan, but I want to give this a caveat. And we're going to talk about an auto loan and if you have a mortgage as well. Now, you can
you snack on heavy equipment while you're at that too with the auto loan?
heavy equipment as well. All right. Listen, they all work the same, Jeremy. So,
I figured.
yeah, man. So let's go ahead and put that on the screen. I got an amortization calculator on here, and then we're going to take a look at, let's say, $40,000 car. Okay. All right, 40,000, and we're looking at maybe around 2.9%. All right. And we're looking now. Here's the thing, folks. We just had a client who bought a brand new Mercedes, and they had an opportunity to get interest rate at 3.99, and they also had an opportunity to get it at 4.99 at 84 months. We instructed them, you're better off at the 4.99 for 84 months. Get your automobile loan for as long a term as you possibly can, not the shortest term. We've been taught, get it for the shortest term you can and then pay it off. No, you want to get it for the longest term because it puts you in a better position to pay the loan off faster. So the smaller the principal payment, the better off you are if you're going to accelerate the payoff on any loan. So we're going to put a car payment on, and we're going to contrast that against a mortgage, and we're going to talk about the mistakes people make on which loan to focus on at any particular time. So let's go ahead and put this $40,000 on at 2.9%. And we're going to get for 84 months. And we'll calculate that our payment is $526.73. Now take a look at this, $40,000. All right. The total interest cost on this loan is $4,245.32. So if you bought the car cash, you would save yourself the $4,000 in interest. So when we're talking about interest savings, we're talking about doing anything with money. It's actually an opportunity cost calculation. So what we're going to do also is contrast that against a $400,000 loan at 5%. So we're going to put that on the screen. We're going to put another zero in here, 400,000. We're going to put it at 5% interest rate because that's what the interest rates are now for 360 months. And here is the calculation here. Okay. So the payment on this loan is $2,147.29. So, and the total interest cost on this loan, wow, $373,024.40. Folks, this number is not 5% of the $400,000. This is almost as much as you borrowed over the 30 years. In fact, if we look over here to the right-hand side, you will see that that the amount of interest to be paid, total interest paid as a percentage of principal, 93.256%. 93% of what you borrowed. So we need to focus on this when we're taking a look at these loans. So let's go back to the car loan now at 4%. Now, some of you know that what happens when we prepay. And I'm just going to teach you how to read an amortization schedule and what happens when you prepay. Did you realize that anytime you give the bank money before it is due is called a prepayment, and it saves you time and it saves you interest? Most people are totally unaware of how much interest you can save by paying off these loans. But here we've got $430.06 going to principal and $96 going to interest on the car loan. But if we look at next month's payment, $431.10 going to principal and $95.63 going to interest. So I'm going to make this simple. Let's just say you could, if you wanted to, make your regular car payment. And let's just say you wanted to give the bank this $431.10. Let's not wait till next month to give them that money. This is not a suggestion. This is just a learning opportunity. Let's just say we give the bank the $431.10 early. Let's not wait till next month. Let's give it to the bank now. If we did $431.10 early, we eliminate line 2 from the schedule. We eliminate $95.63 in interest we don't have to pay. We're actually on line 2 of the schedule this month, and our next car payment for next month is now on line 3 of the schedule. Okay, so that's how in this case, $431 early saves us $95.63 in interest on the car loan. Now, do you know how many people I talk to that are in good financial position that want to pay off the car loan? I mean, just focus on the car loan instead of paying it off over 7 years. They said, listen, if we can accelerate this, we can actually pay it off in 2. And some people do that. They pay off their car in 2 years instead of 7 years. And you'll be saving interest. But look at the interest payments. They start out at $96. So that means for 2 years, all of your focus is going to be on paying off that car and getting the good feelings of paying off that car. While at the same time, you're looking at your mortgage here. And while you're saving on the mortgage, listen, I want to show you something here. $431 prepaid saves you $95 in interest, but on the mortgage, $482 prepaid saves you $1,664.66 in interest. We are focusing on how fast to pay off a debt, not how cheaply we can pay off the debt, by paying attention to interest rate instead of interest cost. We feel good about paying off the car loan faster, but we don't understand, by focusing on the car loan, we are ignoring the mortgage for 2 years. Now, here's the thing. We're going to save interest. Now, I need you to focus on this now. By paying off the car faster, this $4,245.32 in interest that the bank wants, we're not going to pay all of that. We're going to save a good chunk of that money by paying the car off in 2 years. But we can only save a portion of $4,000, just a portion of that, even if it's a really good portion. Let's just say we could save $3,000. All right. And I can pay this thing off for about $1,200 in interest by saving $3,000 in interest by accelerating the payoff on the car in 2 years. So, but that means for 2 years, I'm paying the minimum payment on my mortgage. And I need you to see what happens when we do this. If you have the $40,000 car and a $400,000 mortgage, and I need you to take a look at column 3 and column 4. Column 3 is cumulative principal. Column 4 is cumulative interest. Okay. So we can add up the principal payments and the interest by looking at these two columns. So in 1 year, we pay the loan down by $5,901.51, and we pay $19,865.97 in interest. So while we're trying to pay off the car to save $3,000 in interest for 2 years, we're paying minimum payment on the mortgage. Here's line 24. We only pay the house down by $12,000, but it cost us $39,000 in interest. While we're trying to save $3,000 in interest, we're ignoring this loan and paying $39,000 in interest so that we can pay the car off faster. Folks, financially, does this make sense? Then why are the gurus, the financial gurus, trying to teach us the debt snowball system, saying since the car is less than the house, go ahead and knock the car out, free up the payment on the car, and then apply that to the mortgage payment? While you're trying to follow the guy in Tennessee, he just cost you $39,000. Well, you saved $3,000 on the car, so you can subtract that from the $39,000. So he just cost you $36,000 by following that advice. The debt snowball works, but is highly, highly inefficient. It's going to cost you way more money in interest because we're not paying attention to the interest cost. Yes, there's a time to pay. Now, in my system, you're going to pay off the car before you pay off the house, but there's a time to put extra money on your to prepay the loan on the house, and there's time to prepay the car. Our system is going to tell you when and how so that you can save the maximum amount of interest possible. I hope that answers the question. And I would love to get some more people up on the stage to ask me more about this, because I know some of you have never seen this before. While you're struggling to pay off that car, you say, oh my gosh, we're getting killed on the interest cost on the house. Jared, back to you, sir.
I have a question.
Shannon, please go for it.
How are the auto loans and the mortgage loans structured that much different, or are we just paying attention to them differently?
We're paying attention to them differently. because we take a look at something and say, you know, we like the good feeling of paying stuff off. This is why I asked the question in my book, how much do you want to pay for your good feelings? Now, I was recently in Miami and in New York, and I saw some cars there that would just, I mean, your eyes would pop out. Some of these cars cost $150,000, $200,000. You know what I'm talking about, Miss Shauna? You
Yes, sir.
okay? So listen. So if we understand that, do you understand that there are houses that cost $200,000, but they have 30-year mortgages, right?
Yes, sir.
But can you get a 30-year mortgage on a car that costs 200,000?
No, sir.
No.
Thank God not.
Then why does that car or that heavy equipment have to be paid off in 7 or 8 years, but it takes 30 years to pay off a house? Have you ever thought about that?
Well, that's a problem I'm going through now. Actually, I have a house that's paid for, but I need a car. So I was wondering what would be the best way to do it.
Oh my goodness. You have income right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here's what I would do. I would go down to my local bank or credit union and get a HELOC on my house, a home equity line of credit. Okay. Then I would call the P.I.L.L method and see how you could purchase your car with the HELOC and then save some additional interest you don't have to pay. So we can show you how to use that money. Now, here's the thing. If you use the HELOC money to purchase the car, then there's a possibility that if you qualify for the tax benefit for a mortgage interest, the interest you would pay on the car now has a potential of being tax deductible. How do you like that?
Do you all do taxes as well?
No, ma'am.
No way.
No, ma'am. But we do have people on our team that do taxes. All right, that we associate ourselves with, and we can certainly give you some very, very good recommendations. So yeah, give us contact me at ice10klive.com. ice10klive.com, and then we can then help you contact my admin there, and then we will help you to, let's see how we can finagle this thing, talk to your bank, get the money for your car, and as long as you have income and you've got, you know, pretty good credit, you can make this happen.
Now that's the problem. I have basic credit, but I have great income and I have the houses and stuff paid for. And it's just time for me to get a vehicle.
Well, listen, what you may need to do is once you see about getting approved for your car loan, there are people that we have on our stage. One person is Rosa Lore Lewis, who's she goes by Credit Goddess on this app, and then she can help you to level up your credit. All right, so that you can get your car. So there's more than one way to skin this cat. Okay. So make sure you touch base with us on the back channel with one of the other moderators. Make sure we have your information, and then we can pass that along so that we can help you to get in good shape to purchase your car.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other questions?
Oh no, sir.
Oh, listen, if something else comes up, be sure to tap in, because I don't think anybody's ever asked us that question before.
No, Mr. Don.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Quick question about the heavy equipment. I heard you right that when they're looking at financing the heavy equipment, because I work with a lot of excavators and folks who are buying equipment that's about the cost of a house.
Yeah.
Conservatively,
Yeah.
and man, it's about $200,000 excavator.
Mhm.
So when they're looking at getting a new piece of equipment, because I work with a lot of subs in town,
Right.
Huntsville, so In that process, when they're looking to get it, when they look to finance it, right in between them getting approved is when they need to get with you. If I understood that correctly?
Yeah, well, that would be it. But listen,
Ideally and preferred.
well, no. I want to talk about that for just a second, okay?
Sure.
Because that's a reason for that. Are you in the market for buying heavy equipment, or you know people who are in the market for buying heavy equipment?
I mean both, because we're looking at bringing on skid steers, but we work with so many subs in hardscaping and
Okay.
excavation, and so they're always looking at leveling up. They just don't know where to start. And sometimes they feel bottlenecked or choked.
Okay.
And so this is a really good avenue.
Did you know you don't have to go to a traditional bank to get funding for the heavy equipment?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. Did you know there's somebody on stage that can help you to do that? Miss Kenyatta Butcher?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and say Kenyatta?
Yes. Did you know that you can work with Kenyatta, and because you bring the deal to her, you can actually make money on this deal because you don't have to be licensed to do business purpose lending?
Oh yeah. I get referral fees to other financing companies too. So that works fantastic. So that's where so Kenyatta, I'll send you a back channel because there's always stuff that is needing to be done here in town and abroad too. We've got a reach in about 10 different states. So there's a lot of stuff that's being done. So we can, so I'll get with Kenyatta, and then that way with the funding, and then we just ping pong it over to you.
Oh, listen, then then give it to me, and then we'll make sure that they pay the least amount of interest that's mathematically possible on that equipment.
And that's why I love math and when it makes sense.
There you go.
Right.
and this and so when it makes sense, it also will make dollars for you.
Well, that's what they said. Everything's funny when you're making money.
All right. Listen, Jeremy, thank you for bringing that up this morning, because a lot of people don't know that if you go to a business purpose lender, I mean, they can take that equipment and based on what you're going to be doing with it and the prospects of making money, you don't have to go through a lot of traditional paperwork with a business purpose lender that you would naturally have to go through with a bank. All right. It makes it a lot easier, a lot cleaner, a lot smoother, a lot faster. And then once they get that business purpose loan, listen, if they get into building, oh my gosh, a business purpose lender can do the vertical and the horizontal when it comes to building. The whole shooting match can be done with a business purpose lender. You know how I know that? Because I took the course as well.
Absolutely. And Don, that even goes back to our discussion about the tiny homes. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Kenyatta, we'll need to have that discussion too.
Absolutely. And I am no stranger to traveling. So I would love to see these places that you speak of. You said 10 states, I think you said.
Yeah, I'm an owner in an e-learning platform for the trades. We actually teach people how to start a dry event cleaning business from ground up, but that fans out into other related industries, which I have a landscaping company here in Huntsville. And I actually met Don when I was an owner of my other landscaping company. Yeah, he still looked the same 10 years ago. He hasn't aged a day, but that's where with all of that, those networks and this, I created a tiny home company as well. And so we're bringing a lot of that into just different ways of staffing and helping folks in the service industry. And that just fans out into real estate in so many different ways and just so many different offshoots. And so there's a lot of stuff in the works when it comes to just helping those in the trades really productize and, not work until they're dead type of deal. And so that's shot off into so many different aspects of financing for, the shipping container homes and the cottages, along with heavy equipment, because I'm always in talks with them and helping them out. We're actually we're ranked probably one of the top here in Huntsville online. And so we're always catching jobs for concrete patio extensions, and a lot of folks so they're always trying to get cement trucks. They're trying to figure out how they can scale and grow. And a lot of times their profit margins aren't there. And that's where I come in to help and, just really rearrange stuff. And so that's where they need equipment and, staffing. And so, yeah, the whole entire spoke has different things going on. So we can have a lot of cool conversations. So that's what I meant by the 10 different states. And we've got a lot of relationships in multiple different areas and markets.
Awesome sauce. That is amazing. I have so many ideas for us and look forward to our conversation.
Cool. Just sending my cell phone number.
All right, another Clubhouse connection, folks. That's what it's all about. Your network is your net worth. So, Jeremy, you could have been Kenyatta too. I mean, you just got back from a trip. You guys could have been. Listen, let me sleep in. Let me sleep in. You sleep in and you miss deals. Okay. Jared, Jared, back to you, sir. Let's talk about do we have time to talk about the book?
Please let everybody know about your bestseller book, please.
All right, 10K, are you in the house? All right, let's see if we can ping 10K in here while we're talking about the book. Okay, let's ping him in. All right, folks, here's what we're talking about right now. Out of 33 million titles, you've heard some things this morning about how interest cancellation works. You saw some things that you've learned traditionally to do that actually cost you not just a little bit of money, but tens of thousands of dollars in interest you don't need to pay. And all of this is talked about in my best-selling book on Amazon, The P.I.L.L Method, a better way to eliminate debt. And for 16 years, we've been talking about this. Some of this is now contained in this book. And out of 33 million titles on Amazon, it is the only book, the only 33 million titles. That's right, on Amazon, Sean, that talks about this subject: how to read an amortization schedule and how to defeat an amortization schedule. And we're going to also be talking about the opportunity cost calculator, the artificially intelligent cloud-based computing system that does all the work for you, that leads you to financial freedom in just a few years. This book gives you the whole shooting match and shows you why you need a computer system to beat the bank's computer system in charging you all of that interest. So anyway, what we've done with 10K cards, we're also going to give you, and I'm going to do something special here. We're going to give you a 10K card with each book purchase. Okay. A 10K card with each book purchase. And so 10K, why is the 10K card so valuable?
Don, we were doing some research and we found out that Michael Jordan was practicing harder than everyone else. We also found out that Michael Jordan actually paid more for more expensive equipment and training materials than everyone else. Did Michael Jordan have to do all of these stuff? Absolutely not. But you know why he did it? Because he's the best in the world at what he does. The reason I'm using that analogy, Don, the 10K card is one of the best way for any professional that's on stage or any business owner that's on stage to share their message with the world. Because what we do is we put your website, your phone number, your email, your calendar link, anything that you want to share with your clients so they can make a decision to do business with you. That's what we put together in your 10K card, guys. Even if you're just a regular employee at a company and you want to share your basic information, you can also put that onto your 10K card. So when you get a copy of Don's book, included in the package will be your 10K card, sponsored by the P.I.L.L Method. Don, with that said, back to you.
All right. So, Jared, back. What's going on, man? What's happening on the stage?
Hold on, Don. They don't even know how to do it, how to get the 10K card.
That is so true, Miss Kenyatta. How are they going to get their how are they going to get their 10K card once they purchase this book, Miss Kenyatta?
So they purchase the book, they screenshot the receipt, they go to ice10klive.com, and they're going to go to step 3 where it says get your 10K card. You upload that receipt right there. You build out your card to your own specifications with your social media handles, website, phone number, email address. Let us know where to drop that card off, and in an hour or less, you'll receive your very own digital 10K card valued at $100.
That part. Don, I know you're lost for word. I know Kenyatta hit it out the ballpark every time. But you'll have to take the mic now, Don.
All right, all right. Listen, folks. Jared, what we're going to do now, if there are no questions on the stage, there's somebody that mentioned earlier that they were thinking about real estate investing. And I've got an example up about real estate investing, and I'd like to go over it now, if that's okay. Do we have headway to do that, sir? All right, folks. So what we're going to be talking about now is multiple properties, and what to look for when you are dealing with these properties. So we have on our screen right now a program, the Opportunity Cost Calculator. Now, what is opportunity cost all about? Opportunity cost means if you spend your money one way, but you have 10 different ways to spend it, you also have to look at, if I spend it on this mortgage, but I ignore the other 9, am I saving or losing money because I could have done something different with one of the other ones? So that's a lot of calculations. So let me tell you, while you're trying to figure out what to do with 10 mortgages, all right, 10 mortgages, I want to pull up something that most people are unaware of. I'm going to pull up this, and we're going to go to Google. I'm going to put the number 10 and an exclamation point. Okay. When you put 10 and exclamation point, then Google will do a calculator, and this is called factorial math. Factorial math. So if you have 10 variables, okay, there are, so you want to, so what is the right way to pay off these mortgages? So do I do number 1 first? Do I do number 10 first? Or do I start at number 5? Because they're going to have different amounts that you owe. They're going to have different interest rates. They may even have different terms. Some of them may have a 30-year term. Some of them may have a 20-year. Some may have a 15-year term. So you got all of that going on, and you have all these decisions to make on which loan to attack and with how much money to save interest and to save time. So if you have 10 different variables, this is how many ways that you can uh, uh, line up these variables in which and say, how am I going to pay these loans off and in what configuration? Let me show this number. That's 3,628,800 different ways to arrange and rearrange these mortgages to find out the one optimum way to pay off these loans. 3,628,800. That's factorial math. Our program is the only program in the world that does factorial math this way for saving money on interest. The only one in the world that does it. So if somebody says, you know what, if I work hard, I can do this on my own. And I don't need the calculator. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you'd have to sit down and figure out, let me put this in perspective for you. If you had a bookshelf that had 10 books on it, and I said, I want to hire you to rearrange my bookshelf with 10 books. All right. And when you're taking a look at that bookshelf with the 10 books, I want you to put every book in every possible position. Position 1, 2, 3, 4 through 10. And then we want you to do 10 back down to 1. And then I want you to put the 5 book in the 1's position. I want you to put the 7 book in the 3 position. I want you to rearrange this bookshelf in every possible configuration. It's 3,628,800 different configurations. If you worked 30 hours a week doing that for me, and I gave you 3 minutes to do each configuration, okay, and you work 30 hours a week doing that for me, it would take you 110 years to rearrange that bookshelf in every possible configuration. Folks, the math involved in trying to find the best and most efficient way to pay off a loan is mind-boggling. But the banks will have you believe it's quite simple. And every time you make a mistake in paying the wrong amount of money at the wrong time, you are paying a lot more interest than you need to, and they're just picking that money up. So, folks, you want to beat the bank at their own game? Get a system that can beat their computer and do it better for you. If they have a computer doing what they do, you know what they say, you got to fight fire with fire. So here's what we have here, folks. We got 10 mortgages in here. I'm starting out at number 10. All right. We have then it goes to number 1 mortgage, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and on and on. So this mortgage is $500,000 at 4%. That's number 3. Let's go down to number 9. Number 9 is $487,000 at 6.5. Okay. Let's see. Number 6, $175,000 at 3%. So we got all these different mortgages in here. All right. But if we allow the computer to do its work, I want you to see something here. This particular investor who has these 10 mortgages can save $1,445,115 in interest they do not have to pay. I want to show you something else. We go a little bit further. I'm going to click on the reports button, okay, and show you what would happen with that saved money in interest. So we're going to go down to net worth. We're going to click on that button and pull up net worth. Okay. So when net worth comes up, I'm going to show you what could happen if we chose to say, okay, possible wealth accumulation with the interest money we don't have to pay the bank. Watch this. So we're going to do possible wealth. All right. So if we start paying off these mortgages now, okay, and take that interest money, and by 2042, we could have $200,000 in cash that we could have through investing. A year later, it grows to 445,000. A year after that, 699,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years after that, 1,241,000, and on and on and on. Why give the money to the bank? Because I'm telling you, you give it to the bank, they're going to be doing this with your money. Why can't you save the money in interest and do it for yourself and build up this kind of cash by 2072? Turn it into $14 million. Oh, I forgot to tell you, folks, there's a little secret here. This is at only 1% return on your money. This is only 1% return on your money. We have clients that are gaining interest at 12, 14, 15, 16% return on their money. It is ridiculous what compound interest can do for you when it is working for you. Stop letting amortized interest work against you. Let's get back into this example here. So we're going to go back to the action plan and give you an idea of how the program works and how it chooses a mortgage and why we need to attack it in that way. And folks, if you need to see this, all right, if you're new to the room, I know you want to see it. So Jared, how can they see this example?
Actually, I'll do it.
Go ahead,
So
Kenyatta.
So you guys want to go to ice10klive.com, and then it's going to take you right to the YouTube channel where you can see these examples. But don't stop there. Go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe.
All right, ICE 10K Live, folks, get on there, and so you can see how this program works to kill interest on loans. All right, so here's what we're looking at. We're starting, and we can see 3 months at any one time, 3 months at a time. All right, so as we're looking at 3 months at a time, we can see March, we got April, and we can see the current month, May. All right. So I just rewound this thing back 3 months. All right. So now here is our rental income, $15,000. Okay, $15,000 of rental income. So once we receive our rental income, we would just tell the program we received our rental income. When we do that, then it adds it to the virtual checking account in the program. So we'll just execute that. Says, all right, we received our $15,000 in rents, and it disappears from the screen. If we go to the accounts tab, we can see that we started out with $500 in our checking account. Now we have $15,500 in our checking account, and it matches exactly what we have at the bank. So now we go ahead and start paying the mortgage here for mortgage number 6. We pay the mortgage for mortgage number 8. All right. And then the program says, well, we got a little bit more money in checking than we need. So the program says, take money from the checking and put it in the savings account and leave it there while we're paying the rest of the mortgages, paying the auto insurance, paying the minimum payment on the HELOC. We buy some food. All right. Pay off the rest of these mortgages. And this particular investor still has a W-2 job. So they get their paycheck, they get bonuses on top of the rents. All right. And so we pay some utilities, we pay the rest of the mortgage, and they pay $550, which is the minimum on their Visa card, and then pay off the 7th mortgage here. And then their unitemized budget, spending another $1,000 on incidentals. Okay. So that's their month. But in April, it changes a little bit. You see these little red arrows? We get the rent in April. And then the program says, all right, we're going to take some money out of the savings account here on the 2nd of the month. Take a look at this and pay the HELOC off to 0. Boom. HELOC is paid off to 0 out of the savings account because we're saving up some money there. All right. And then it says, all right, once you do that, put $4,031.42 only on mortgage number 9. When we have all that money saved up, why then is the program saying only put $4,031.42 on the loan? Because this is the point at which we start to violate the law of diminished returns, meaning more doesn't get you more savings after a certain point. So what you want to do is how much interest can I save per dollar? If I can save $6 in interest for every dollar paid, then by putting more money on, that number 6 that I could save starts to go down. And I don't know when that is if I don't do the calculations. I want to save the most amount of interest I can per dollar applied. So this is where this is for this investor. If they put any more money on, it's going to hurt what they need to do. So let's put it now. Now I'm going to show you why the program chose mortgage number 9 out of the 10 mortgages that they have. So we're going to execute that. Then the program is going to calculate for us with that $4,000 how much interest we can save. As you can see here, I might need to make this just a little bit bigger. Look at this. By putting $4,000, prepaying that, we're going to save a whopping $46,894.34 in interest we don't have to pay. In other words, folks, if this real estate investor does what most real estate investors do, because they're making so much money collecting rents, they don't pay attention to the interest cost on their loans. By paying down naturally, by making the minimum payments and paying off the $4,031 naturally by making the minimum payments every month, they would also have to give the bank $46,894.34 to get this equity. If they pay it ahead of time before it's due, they save the $46,894.34. Folks, are you seeing this? Are you is this are you as excited as I am to see that a real estate investor who has some money sitting on the side can take only $4,000 of that money, put it on this particular mortgage at this particular time, and save 46 grand in interest they don't have to pay? Is anybody else excited about this today? Okay, we can get some comments online. Okay, get some comments in the chat. Listen. What do we have in the chat going on? Oh my gosh, I'm Jared. Hey Kenyatta, are you taking over? What's going on? Who's our moderator today?
So it's both me and Jared, but let's see what we got in the chat.
Yes.
Moran says, do you want to make actual payments to the bank, or does the client have to make it monthly?
Well, listen, nobody touches your money but you. And you don't do what we call these funds transfers. You don't do them every month. You only do them at strategic times during the year, not every month. Because as you remember, if I go back to the action plan, we didn't make any extra payments in March because we were still saving up some money. All right. No extra payments in March. Okay. We're just putting a little bit of money in savings. But out of this, we put about we put this money in savings. We put this money in savings, about $9,000 or a little over $9,000 in savings on top of what we have, but we only use about $4,000 of it to attack the loan because any more would not save us more money per dollar. So I hope that answers the question there, Moran. What else do we have in the chat? Anything else?
It did. Thank you. I'm not a morning person, but I'm on this live, fully engaged.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I know that this can help so many people, and I'm starting with my mother, so I don't have a mortgage, but she does. But I do have an auto loan.
Yeah.
I made it.
All right. So is that you, Moran?
Yep. Sorry.
So what do you do for a living?
So I do a couple different things. My background is accounting. So
Okay.
that's my trade. I've been an accountant for the last 8 or 9 years, corporate accounting and degrees in finance and accounting. So I love numbers, but I also love people. So here recently, I've just been, networking, curating events, of course, with moderators on Clubhouse, working with investors on short-term rentals. Again, when you look at that from a daily rental rate, it's just the best real estate tool that I've seen as far as, investing your money. But yeah, and then a little bit of business credit consultation, same with Kenyatta, business purpose loans. So any resource I can provide to people to help them save money, make money, I'm all about it.
So Moran, I got a question to ask you from a real estate perspective and from an accounting perspective. What we're learning here in the P.I.L.L Method Club, have you heard anything that would give you pause? Have you heard anything that would say, that's a red flag? Or give us an opinion on what you're hearing in our club as it could relate to your clients.
Oh man, I've heard so much that I'm still wrapping my mind around the acceleration, how quickly you can accelerate your debt. I mean, it's in your title. But for sure, I know that a lot of my clients have multiple mortgages, just like the example that you're showing here.
Mhm.
And I'm sure they probably primarily focus on the largest one
Mhm.
and make the minimum payment on the others. I just don't think they've been exposed. This is just not talked about, like it should be. So everything I'm hearing is, you know, I'm just still. I saw you do this in Atlanta,
Yes.
but of course, when you're working the event, you're not. I wasn't as focused, but
Mhm.
I mean, anybody, not even just mortgages, even business credit, as Jeremy was saying, it can be applied to equipment. It can
Mhm.
help people if they can see a better way, a quicker way to get out of things, then people would take on debt. It can become good if you've got a better exit strategy than thinking you're going to have to pay something for 30 years. I mean, it can just help people get a lot further in life, and
Exactly.
anything that they buy.
Exactly, Ron. So you said we actually met at a networking event, didn't we?
We did. The big Clubhouse Live.
Talk about meeting people at network events. How important is that?
Ah, um, I live it day in and day out, and it's literally what I do and why I do what I do. I think it's one of the most important things you can do while you're on this earth is to meet people. Relationships are everything. You never know what may come from it. You never know where it can take you. I'm all about building relationships, building partnerships. Um, you just never know. I'm a free spirit. I'm an open, person. I love to travel cultures, I'm all about relationships. So yeah, Clubhouse is great. It is an app, it is an online platform, but to get out and meet people, that's where the real magic happens.
Can you say because of your association with Klaus and these events, can you say that has had an impact on your bottom line? Have you been able to make more money because of these associations?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not just money. It's actually I've I've turned down opportunities before Clubhouse. Before I got out and started networking,
Yes.
we're usually on Indeed, on job boards, looking for opportunities,
Mhm.
looking and hoping that someone gives you an opportunity. When you're just stuck online, when you get out and meet people and you socialize. Like I said, I have multiple streams of income and I've had to turn down things, which has never happened in the past. Usually I'm hoping to get, one or two great, things, but absolutely. And it's by choice. So
Mm.
you have more than enough to choose from when you meet people and hear what they do and then you find out what you like to do so you can, add multiple things to do. You can turn down a few things. It's all about opportunity. Building relationships create opportunities.
Exactly. Miss Kenyatta, are you in the house?
I am here.
All right. Listen, you and Jared are both going to an event coming up next week that the Pill Method is putting on. And you understand the power of networking as well. Tell us a little bit about this networking event coming up next week, developing a spiritual money mindset. I want to hear from the speakers, 10K. I want to hear from Jared. I want to hear from Kenyatta. What do you think about thinking about this event as compared to other events you've gone to in the past?
I think that this is going to be a game changer. All the great minds on Clubhouse, collectively coming together to provide even more value than what they give on this platform is phenomenal. We're talking everybody from you, Don, to Miss Cooper Home Loans, Jonathan Bing, Sean 10K, Otis James, Muriel, Shiloh, our very own Jared, talking about the metaverse. And then I'll be speaking about how to make sure that your business is bankable and how you can get funding. And I'm going a step further to do actual complimentary consultations on the 21st, sitting down with participants and anyone that wants me to actually look at basically an audit and possibly They can leave with money in their hands. So this is a game changer on so many levels. But to top it all off, Eric Thomas is going to be the keynote speaker. And I have always wanted to hear him speak. I'm an avid Eric Thomas listener. And so, not a fan, but a listener, because I am a fan of the P.I.L.L method. Because at the end of the day, you guys, this is information that everybody needs to know. And I don't think you understand like the timing of this event either, Don. At a time where everybody's like, oh my God, inflation is on the rise. What am I gonna do? You actually are providing a solution to it and actually soothing the whole thing. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Well, thank you very much for your thoughts, folks. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this online, you see my ice10klive.com there. So go ahead, that into your browser, ice10klive.com, and click on tickets. We're going to hear from Jared. And Jared, what do you say about networking? I mean, listen, you're always networking. You're always on the road. Why is that important to you?
Yeah, so can you guys hear me okay?
You're coming in kind of low.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, like it's a corny phrase, but I think it's super, super true. Your network is your net worth. I watched this Netflix documentary called Black Godfather, and one of his phrases was, I don't have problems, I have friends. And that's what's super important, is that when you have friends, when you have a network that can really help you solve problems, they can add value, they can help propel you when it comes to your projects, your goals, your strategy, give you understanding of where your blind spots are. It just incredibly enhances your life, and it just makes not only work easier, making money easier, but it just makes your quality of life easier as well, because their resources become your resources, and in turn your resources become theirs. And what I love about this conference is it's not going to be just about real estate, or just about business credit, or just about financing. It's going to be about what is the mindset that actually took these people from, a place where they had no idea how to do this, where to go, how to make it happen, and what was the mindset that allowed them to not only understand what they know now, but to be at the top of their games. And really, your mindset is the key between, having, moderate success to crazy success, to having an okay marriage, to having a phenomenal marriage, to having, kind of connected friendships, to incredibly close and powerful friendships. So I'm excited to be around people with super empowered mindsets, high levels of abundance and gratitude, and also just perseverance, and just learn some of the origin stories. And I'll be speaking about what I talk about often, which is, the metaverse, crypto, NFTs, technology, and all the ways that you can be successful in those areas. But I'm going to take it another level up that I don't talk about on Clubhouse, which is how I started in my tech career, how I pushed through being the only Black guy in the room, being the youngest guy in the room, having a lot of doubters, having some people even try to, sabotage me in corporate America, and how I used empowered mindset to focus on it's only 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react. And be persistent and to be successful, and then to get on Clubhouse, and how I was able to grow from 80 followers and not a big following on social media to, almost 73,000 a day. And it really just comes from a place of wanting to add value, wanting to help people, and always looking for a way to see where a win-win can happen versus a win and somebody else loses. So there's so much I could talk about on this stage, but I'm going to save it for Nashville. So if you want to hear more, definitely click that link at the top, buy a ticket. They're going to sell out really soon. And this resort is going to be amazing as well. Can't wait to hang out the pool and get deals done, make friendships, and learn more about all the people I have a lot of respect for on the speaker panel. So definitely click the link at the top, look at the speakers, and it really speaks for itself. All right, back to you, Don.
Listen, let's we're gonna get 10.
No. I'm not even giving it to Don. Don, you relax. You talk too much. Take a day off. Guys, look, I'm so fired up and inspired today, right? And this is one of the shift in the mindset that I have that I can do what I'm going to do right now. Everyone today that purchased a ticket, forget about the basic card that Don is sponsoring you guys. I'm going to give you guys the pro version. The pro version is a $300 card that will allow you to earn 20% referral and everything on it. Me and Don didn't spoke on this, guys. But because I had a shift in my mindset over a decade ago, I'm in a position to be able to do what I'm doing right now. So everyone today that purchased the ticket, screenshot your receipt and DM it to me or look into my bio and text your receipt, your ticket to me. But you have to buy that ticket today. And I'm going to send you guys the upgrade to your 10K card. And if you don't have a 10K card, I'm going to gift you the pro version, which is a $300 value card. Let's stop playing. Let's stop wasting time. Let's start putting our resources together and make the decision that's going to take us from where we are now to where we really want to go. Additionally, at the event, I'm going to be holding a masterclass in marketing for 1 hour. And everyone that actually make the purchase, save that receipt, you'll be entering that masterclass at no charge. With that said, Captain Don, back to you.
Wow, 10K. So let me make sure I hear this right. If they buy a ticket today and upload the receipt, you're going to give them your $300 card. What is that called, by the way?
That is the pro version. Additionally, if they already have the card that you delivered to them,
yes,
we are going to upgrade it to the $300 version. So everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Sean, that is so generous of you. Folks, you heard it. You heard it. Get a ticket, and then come to, and then network. Also, hear Eric Thomas, the #1 motivational speaker in the world, and then get an upgraded 10K card on top of it. Man, yes.
I think I also too heard that 10K card, that free perk, along with benefiting yourself from the event, is also an additional revenue stream, if I heard that correctly.
You are 100% correct, Jeremy. You see, that's all I go, Jeremy. Jeremy, go where the money is at. Guys, with a pro version, whenever you share that card with your community, with anyone else, and they decide to buy one because of you, you're going to get 20% of that purchase. And the good news is people normally buy what you have. So because you have the pro version, they will buy the pro version. When they buy the pro version, you get $60.
Wait a minute. So are you literally saying that they can buy a ticket, get all of this value, and then use the very card that you gave them to earn all the money back and then some?
And they can take all of that money they're getting and put it towards their mortgage and get out of debt 5 to 7 years instead of just 7 years. That part. Listen, this just gets betterer and betterer. Guys, I told Don, I don't do the long run. I like the sprint. I like to wait until we're down into the end zone and say, okay, Don, send me the ball. When you send me the ball, I'll take it to the goddamn finish line. Guys, let's take advantage of this opportunity. So let's take action, guys. The people who achieve success are the ones who take action. And if you know that you have everything it takes to win and you're not winning, it's because of this one thing. You haven't taken enough action. So let today be the beginning of massive action taken for you. I'm looking forward to see who those new winners are. And I'm going to be checking my DM and my text messages to see what we have coming through. All right? Don, back to you, my brother.
So because of taking massive action, that's what got this thing together. We got some people on stage. We got some top-notch. I mean, this is an all-star lineup coming to talk to you, including Dr. Eric Thomas, who also takes massive action. Folks, if you want massive results, you've got to take massive action today. Let's hear from Eric Thomas right now on how to take action.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting on you to cash in on this opportunity. Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. There are kids that don't eat like you eat. They're at the same university. They don't get what you get. But with this right here, your skill set, this thing can take you wherever you want to go and then take your kids wherever you want them to go. You know how many people would die to have the gear y'all got? You know how many people would die to get on these planes and travel the world? You know how many people would die to have your life? And you got it. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. I want you to chant it out. This is it. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten.
Phenomenal or be forgotten. Woo.
Exactly. Listen, folks, we're bringing you phenomenal information today. And right now, I heard about somebody who was probably hesitating to purchase property because of the higher interest rates. I want to show you an example right now online. So get everybody in here online on YouTube so that they can see how purchasing property at the higher interest rates that they are now are going to benefit you more than the 2.9% interest rates we had just a few weeks ago. So let's get them in here.
All right, Kenyatta, please let everybody know how they can get on Don's screen.
Okay, everyone, you want to go to ice10klive.com. That's ice10klive.com and click the link that says live stream.
All right, folks, here, what we've got on here, we've got a $400,000 mortgage at 2.9% interest rate. And when we calculate that, we're going to find out how much that is going to actually save for us. Let me get rid of some of these other. There we go. All right. And let's see. Okay, 2.9%. Okay, there it is. And let's see, we've got, I would need to change this. Okay, we need to change this interest rate to 2.9. We need to change this to 400,000 and then calculate. Here we go. Why is my computer is up running awfully slow right now? There we go. All right, so here's the payment, $1,664.92. And then we have the same $400,000 mortgage at 5%. Look at this payment, $2,147.29. For this to work, you have to be able to afford both payments. So if you can afford the higher payment, you can actually save more interest and cut more time off the mortgage if you can afford the higher payment. So we're taking a look at just the payment now, $2,147.29 versus $1,664.92. Let's scroll down to payment 1 through 24, and you can see that now. I'm going to make these numbers just a little bit bigger. Oop, I think I made them too big. No, that's going to work. That's going to work. Okay. 1 through, we can't see all of that. Let me go back. Okay. 1 through 24. Okay. There we are. So as you can see here, I want you to take a look at cumulative principal and cumulative interest. I need you to take a look at that. And in 1 year, you would pay this mortgage down by $8,491.31. And it would be $11,000 in interest to get it there. Even at the low interest rate, that is still too much money in interest to pay for $8,400 in equity. That's the principal pay down. So, folks, I'm going to show you just as an example here. What if we did this? What if we did this? Take a look at this 8491.31, and I'm going to ask you this question. That's all the principal payments added up over here from 1 through 12. If we add them all up, it comes to $8,491.31. Here's my question. I know I have to give that to the bank, but do I have to give it to them in 12 monthly installments? The answer is no. If I had it, do you realize that? Let me put a calculator on the screen. Let me see if we can do that. Go to my applications, put a calculator on the screen. There we go. And we're going to put in 400,000. All right. And we're going to subtract $8,491.31. Let's just say we gave that to the bank all at one time instead of over 12 months. Because if you give the bank the money over 12 months, you're only giving the bank around $700 a month that goes to principal, but over $900 a month that goes in interest. So anytime you give them money, you do not have to pay the interest. So if we did this over 12 months, then this is what it would be. But let's give the bank that money in just 1 month, $8,491.31. So we're going to subtract that, because if we gave it to them and it was applied to principal, they would have to subtract it from what we owe. 8,000. So we're going to subtract $8,491.31. There you go. It comes to $391,508.69. Oh, look here. $391,508.69. So if we gave that to them on line 1 on the first payment, we would be paid down to here in just 1 month. If we're paid down to here in just 1 month, do you realize we skip all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12? We're down here to just 1 month. We pay off a year's worth of principal in 1 month. And our next mortgage payment next month is actually on line 13 of this schedule. We go from payment number 1 to line 13 the very next month. Look at all this we just skipped by giving this money to the bank early and letting them subtract it in one lump sum, as opposed to tiny sums along the way. All right. So listen, let me see here. I have to close I have to get off the camera here for just a second, folks. Hold on for just a second. All right, I'm back. All right, so close this up. All right, folks. So listen, do you see this? I'm going to go to the mortgage with this is the low interest rate. Let's go to the one with the higher interest rate. I need you to remember this $8,491.31. So here is the higher interest rate. If we can afford this payment, I want to show you what that what was that? $8,491, what $8,400 would do to this higher interest rate loan. So look at your cumulative principal now. And let's go down to $8,400. What? It knocks off 17 payments? 17 payments instead of just 12? It gets you all the way down to 391,000 here? Look at that. So the higher the interest rate, the more work your money can do for you to get you out of debt faster. Sorry about that, folks. To get you out of debt faster and get you out of debt cheaper at the higher interest rate. So don't let the higher interest rate scare you off from making good financial decisions. Do the math. The bank is counting on you not doing the math. If you want to check in with us so that you've got some decisions to make about getting into buying a home or buying some income property, then go to ice10klive.com. We're going to put it right on the screen right now, and then follow up with us. Go and get a savings and earnings report. Fill it in. Even if you don't have the property yet, Put in what you think you want to buy. Put in the interest rate you think you might have. And then we'll come back with you and then help you to determine if this is something you should do and what is the best way to do it. And here is always going to be the best way, folks. Saving money on that interest, cutting your interest cost by 75%. Just to give you an example of 75%, let's say you were supposed to pay $300,000 in interest. My average client that has to pay $300,000 is only going to pay about $90,000 of that. That's over $200,000 in interest savings. So what can they do with the $200,000 in interest savings? And they already have acquired the property at $200,000 less. They can take that $200,000 that they saved, and we're going to show them how they can invest it into more doors, how they can invest it into more property. Stop giving your wealth to the bank. Listen, I'm not mad at the bank. I love the bank. I've just learned how to borrow money at a discount. You should too. That's what this is all about. So listen, go to ice10k.com, click on that button that says get a savings and earnings report. Get your report right away and know how much interest you can save and know the month, day, and year you could be debt-free using your current budget. I think we have some new moderators on the stage. What you think, Jared?
And make it simple. Just click that link at the top and fill out your savings and earnings report. And but my ask is be very serious and intentional about wanting to save 20 to 23 years on your mortgage. Click that link, follow up with Don's team, and get that mortgage paid off. So you put that interest cost and convert it into your kids' inheritance. So I see Kendrick, the credit goddess, Coffee Brown, and Crystal Armstrong, who will be in the building at the Money Mindset Tour. She took action, Money Mindset conference. She took action and bought tickets, and she'll be there. So I'm excited to kick it with her again. But Kendrick, if you could just give a quick introduction, we'd love for you to tell people who you are and what you do.
Sure. Thanks for the opportunity to speak. Nice to meet you also. John, my name is Kendrick Richardson. I'm from Chicago. Grew up doing carpentry and plumbing with my father. Decided to get my real estate license in 2015 to service more people at one time. I actually preach home ownership, well, property ownership, not necessarily a single family home, property ownership of people every day. So that's me. That's where I land my plane. Thank you. Thanks again for the opportunity, Gary.
Back to you, Jared. Okay, we seem to have lost Jared. All right. Are you coming in real low right now?
Yeah, so moderators, we're just passing it down the line. So Credit Goddess, you're up next. All right, Credit Goddess might be away. Coffee Brown is with her students. Crystal, please introduce yourself. Crystal, you there? All right, so the three moderators at the bottom are away, but definitely click on their profiles and give them all a follow. They do amazing rooms on Clubhouse. So we got 20 minutes left. We'd love to answer some more questions. So if you have a question in the audience, please raise your hand and come on stage. I see Valerie, Yolanda, Zipporah, Antoinette. Anyone have a question, feel free to come on stage, ask your question. I don't know if Kirk is here, but if there are any questions online, let's go ahead and prioritize those. Yeah, any questions in the audience, feel free to raise your hand. If not, Don, if there's a last example you want to show, we can go ahead and show that example. Or if there are any moderators, Kendrick, have a question, feel free to jump in. No bad questions. Your mortgage brokers, your accountants, your real estate agents, they don't know about this method. So don't feel ashamed to ask a question. We really love the interaction of the room. So looks like there are no questions. So Don, if you want to show an example for the online group, or if you want to end the room early, which you want to
Oh no, we've got some examples, man. We got plenty. I'm going to go over. Okay, I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over some things here. Um, some examples of what you'll see when you get your savings and earnings report, and what some other people have taken advantage of. So we're going to put. I'm going to change screens here. You know what? I'm not going to change screens. I think it'll just be easier if I just, well, I'm going to change screens now. So here, share the screen, and there we go. All right. All right. So we're on screen 2 now, and there we are. And we're going to put that up. Here is a real estate investor. All right. Let me see here. No, this is a homeowner. Okay. Brand new home. When I met them, they were only 3 months in to this mortgage of $322,000. And in 3 months, they paid it down by $1,250.68. They paid $2,442.65 in interest. But we show them, if they're less than 5 years into the mortgage, we show people how much interest they would pay in 5 years just to pay their mortgage down by a little bit. All right. So if they pay there in 5 years, they would pay this mortgage down by $27,000, but it would cost them $46,000 in interest to do it. Folks, here's my question. Do you want to pay, or should we be paying $46,000 in interest just to pay a loan down by $27,000 because we were not taught this in high school or college? In fact, it is not taught at any level of financial education, not even to accountants, not even to CPAs, not even to financial planners. People who deal with money on a daily basis are not taught how a loan actually works. How in the world does that happen? How could it happen? How is that left out of our curriculum? And not only that, we don't even realize it's been left out. I'm telling you, folks, that is some masterful marketing, that the bank is making all of this money and we don't even realize we don't know the rules to the game. We're playing a game we don't know the rules to. And if we don't know the rules, the banks will always win. So watch this. So we told them that not only that you pay 46 grand in 5 years, I need you to keep an eye on this $46,000 though. All right. Burn that into your brain. 46 grand to pay off 27,000 in 5 years. But when we scroll down and we see what the bank wants to pay off the $322,000 on the left side of the screen, the bank wants you to pay $190,000 in interest and take 29.7 years. Or you can pay out just $71,000, $71,000 to pay off the $322,000. See, remember that number that wanted us to pay $46,000 in just 5 years. This is going to be $71,000 in just 9.9, paying off the $322,000. We're going to save over $100,000 in interest. $120,000 in interest saved. What could you do with that money? Well, this is what this family is going to do. We're going to show them how they can turn that into the next 20 years, turn that into $868,000. That's just one. Let's go to this next one. This is a single mom, all right? Recently divorced, wanting to know, can she still be able to afford a house on her own and still be able to provide memories for her children? You know, the things that kids like to do, whether it's soccer, whether it's baseball, whether it's ballet, whether it's dance. So whatever it is, can our kids still enjoy themselves and not have to be told, I can't afford it now. We've got to spend all of that money that we would normally build memories with. We have to spend that on keeping a roof over our heads. She wanted to know, can she do both? We showed her how to do both here. So here it is in 14 months. Hey, this is what she paid on this house, $3,844, just a principal, but it cost $10,000 in interest to get there. By the time she's in this loan 5 years, she will pay this loan down by $17,900, but pay $41,000 in interest. Here is the money that should be going to the kids and building memories for them. But it's going to the bank in interest. Let's see what we can do here instead. Let's scroll down, down to the bottom. Instead of giving the bank $161,000, we're going to be able to, and pay off in 28.8 years to pay off the $237,000. Now, 70 grand. That's it. 70 grand, and then pay off in 10.3 years. And save over $98,000. Here is a higher. Here is another homeowner, just $204,000. $204,000 at 4% interest. Okay, and this is what they would do in 5 years: pay it down by 18 grand and $37,000 in interest. So at 4%, folks, this is a 4% loan. So that means in just 5 years, they would pay out $56,000 just to get $18,000 in equity. Are we tired of giving the bank all that money? Are we tired of that? My goodness. Let's see what we can do instead. Instead of giving the bank $143,000, $143,000 to pay off $204,000 over 30 years, let's just give the bank 41 grand. Let's just pay out 41 grand. Pay it off in 7.5 years. Take the $108,000 in interest saved, and over the next 22 years or so, let's turn it into $800,000 for this family. Folks, that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. If you want to know more about how to do that for yourself, then go to ice10klive.com. Click on that button that says get a savings and earnings report today. And then fill out that information, and someone from my staff will get a hold of you and set up a consultation for you. And you can know the month, day, and year you can be debt-free. Not only that, folks, but don't forget to get the book. Get that book today. Once you get the book, you will get some understanding about what's happening here. The only book on Amazon, if you did a search today and look for a book that says, how do I defeat an amortization schedule? How can I make this thing work for me and save tens of thousands of dollars in interest? There's only one book that talks about how to optimally save the most interest that is mathematically possible for you. That book right there. All right. And listen, folks, I want to thank you for being here. It's the fastest 2 hours on Clubhouse. I think we have just enough time left to do the moderator outros. All right, Jared, what do you say?
Absolutely. So with that being said, the link up top has everything that Don was mentioning before. If you go to the upper left-hand corner, you can buy tickets for the event in Nashville. You go to the right to that, you can get the book. If you go right below the tickets, you can get the savings and earnings report. If you go right next to that, once you buy the book or once you buy a ticket, you can get your 10K card. You'll either get a premium 10K card if you get the ticket to the event, or you'll get the promotional 10K card for getting the book. All right. And then check out all the other links that are there as well. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top with moderator outros. And Crystal, when you do your outro, let people know who you are and what you do, but also let people know why you decided to take action and come to the Money Mindset event in Nashville. So Crystal, I'll pass it to you.
Thank you, Jared. Good morning, Mr. Dunn. Good morning, everyone. So I am a mortgage consultant. I assist people with refinancing, purchasing new homes. So this information that's being provided is amazing and definitely helpful to my clients. I also own a travel agency and a marketing consulting firm where I specialize in strategic and experiential marketing. And so I met Mr. Don and Jared in Atlanta earlier this year, and I watched his presentation. I was wowed and completely amazed that this was something that's been available and people just simply don't know about it. Like he said, if you don't ask the bank, they're certainly not going to volunteer the information. And so when I learned that he was hosting this conference next weekend in Nashville, I actually made changes to plans I already had to travel next weekend to another city just to be there because I know this phenomenal lineup he has is going to deliver an amazing experience. And these are people who I've also met at the same event I met him. There's some people that I hear on Clubhouse daily. So I'm truly excited just to be in the building and get this experience, network, and take my knowledge and my business to the next level. And so if you don't have your tickets, please invest in yourself, invest in your business and in your future, because you will definitely walk away better than you arrived in Nashville. So thank you, Jared. Thank you, Mr. Don.
Thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate you and welcome you to come to the stage at any time we do this room. All right. So Coffee Brown is with her students. She comes up to amplify this room, but check her out at coffee10k.com. Check out her bio, give her a follow. And up next, I'm going to see if Credit Goddess is here to let people know who she is and what she does as we close the room out. Credit Goddess, you around? All right. Well, go ahead and check out her bio as well. She does amazing things when it comes to your personal credit, your business credit. Her phone number is included in her bio. She's the official credit expert of the P.I.L.L method. So you should definitely tap in with her. Kendrick, one more time, I'd love for you to give an outro. All right, so we got some people that are busy wheeling and dealing, making deals happen. But Kendrick is somebody that you should definitely check out. Licensed realtor. There's a lot of great content in the real estate space. Up next, we got 10K Cards. All right, 10K Cards, founder of the 10K Card. Click the link above. You'll see an example of the product he does. He works really hard on Clubhouse in a lot of different rooms. So if you're new to Clubhouse, you definitely want to follow Sean. He is in a lot of great spaces and adds a lot. Yada looks like she's on the phone. So I'll go ahead and do mine. My name is Jared Albritton. I've been in the tech space for over 15 years, do a lot of rooms around getting people jobs in tech. My rooms got over 100 people jobs in tech in 2021. Also help startups and entrepreneurs get funded. And I'm also the connection to the metaverse, NFTs, crypto. And I support real estate rooms like Don's and others because I'm all about generational wealth for our community and using Clubhouse as a way to make connections, give resources, and also give tangible steps to increase your wealth. So I'll be in Nashville, Tennessee, May 20th to the 22nd. I'll be talking about the metaverse, talking about crypto, talking about NFTs, but also just talking about mindset. Really, really excited about this event. Really, really hope to see you there. Click the link at the top. Click the link that says get tickets and get your tickets today. They're going to sell out more than likely by the end of the week. So you want to make sure you buy them today. All right. So Don, I'm going to give you the last word, and I'm going to put the link to the event at the top so everybody can just quickly get there. But Don, you got the last word, and yeah, let's get into it.
All right, folks. Listen, you heard it here. This is going to be a networking opportunity to end all networking opportunities. You want to hear this star-studded lineup of speakers come in. You want to hear Eric Thomas. Listen, and why is mindset so important? We actually put together a little video. It's just about a minute. Of why mindset is so important to what we're doing. We're gonna play that video, and then we're going to end with Dr. Eric Thomas today. So I just want to, before we get into that, I want you to know that I appreciate you. we're going to be here for you on Sunday. We're going to be right back here. So please, folks, do what you've got to do to get to Nashville next weekend, and we're going to be in the place. We're going to keep you in mind, at top of mind, so that we can see your face in the place. Okay, so folks, listen, I got some folks who are kind of texting me right now. Please don't text me. It throws me off. Okay. So anyway, so folks, here's what we're talking about. Get there, be in the place, understand why mindset is so very important. Watch this video.
In these uncertain times, the pandemic is still fresh on our minds. Gas and food prices increasing, and talk of Web 3.0 and the metaverse delight some and strike terror in others. Entrepreneurs, once enthusiastic about the future, now question the calling on their life. Some will find answers online, others will turn to trends and fads, but the real solution is a change in mindset. Your mindset is a set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world and yourself. It influences how you think, feel, and behave in any given situation. If mindset shapes all of that, then what influences mindset? Our answer: exposure. Exposure to a new environment. Exposure to experiences from those who have seen this before. Exposure to what works for those with proven track records that what they're doing is working. P.I.L.L Method Seminars presents Developing a Spiritual Money Mindset. 3 days at the Gaylord Opryland Resort in Nashville, Tennessee, where you'll be exposed to leaders in real estate, leaders in the metaverse, leaders in building a financial legacy. Expose yourself to the top motivational speaker in the world, Dr. Eric Thomas, in person. It's all happening May 20th through 22nd. Go to ice10kevents.com to purchase your ticket today.
All right, folks, the last word goes to Dr. Eric Thomas.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting you to cash in on this opportunity. Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. There are kids that don't get what they don't eat like you eat. They're at the same university. They don't get what you get. But with this right here, your skill set, this thing can take you wherever you want to go and then take your kids wherever you want them to go. You know how many people would die to have the gear y'all got? You know how many people would die to get on these planes and travel the world? You know how many people would die to have your life? And you got it. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. I want you to chant it out. This is it. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten.